Airborne Weather with Ashlee Baracy.
Well, let's go ahead and track our own little trouble out there as we have some steady rainfall, and that's just kind of adding to the excessive amounts that we picked up yesterday evening. And so here we are on Exact Track 4D along I-69 southward is where we're really blanketed with rainfall. And we have a few little pockets that are a bit heavier as you get south of Metro Airport, which has impacted Taylor. We've seen live pictures with standing water there, and south of Adrian, really close to the Ohio state line. And so we'll zoom in a little bit closer to show you that south of Romulus into Carlton right now is where that heavier rain is coming down. And we have a little bit of that that's just pushed out of Wyandotte and River Rouge and now pushing east into portions of Canada. So we do have some significant rainfall totals that came in from yesterday. I'll zoom in a bit closer. I mean, from Novi to Romulus is where we picked up the heaviest rain. I just got a report from the National Weather Service that Livonia officially had 2.32 inches of rainfall that came down in a very short amount of time. But as we put our unofficial totals on here, I mean, it looks as if there was a pocket just south of Canton that potentially has picked up over the last 24 hours more than 4 inches. Now, of course, we're adding what we've picked up this morning to those totals, and then up towards Novi about 3 inches, closer to 4 off by Ypsilanti. But we had record rainfall over at Metro Airport yesterday, which was the second day this week that we've broken a daily record for rainfall there. 1.8 inches at Metro on July 30th, which the previous record for that date was 1.75 inches. That was set all the way back in 1915. So smashing our average rainfall for that date, which is just over 1/10 of an inch. So we'll be transitioning from talking about all that rain, even though it's still impacting this morning's commute, to the air quality. So we hold on to that air quality advisory throughout the day today, not set to lift until midnight. And an advisory means that the air quality is unhealthy for sensitive groups. But I'll tell you what, we're certainly in that unhealthy range at this hour for all groups. So the wildfire smoke coming out of Canada blanketing both the UP and the Lower Peninsula. But as we zoom in closer, it's going to be worse from Ann Arbor to Metro Airport. So let's say I-94 north into the Thumb region. Our air quality index, we have moderate to major pollutants across southeastern Michigan, and it is worse off towards Ann Arbor. But as I zoom out, you can see that the UP has hazardous conditions up there. Now, if you're traveling up north for the weekend, but maybe not leaving until tomorrow, good news is this is going to improve drastically by tomorrow. So that smoke layer pushes to the southwest throughout the day today, and by Friday morning, we will have some clearer skies. Our temperature change noticeable. It's, you know, that cold, damp feeling out there where we're about 10 to 15 degrees cooler to start the day. That puts us on either side of 60. Ann Arbor has fallen to 59. And today we only top out at 74, which is going to be about 10 degrees below average. Quick look at when this rain pushes out, and you'll see by about 1:30 we have improvement, and then the clouds break into the afternoon. But for today, it'll be hazy sunshine, clear skies going into the weekend. Highs will be on either side of 80 starting tomorrow through Sunday. Had yesterday, even some of those outlying lanes on the freeway could be an issue for you for hydroplaning. So use caution. Here's a look at Exact Track 4D, where we have widespread showers draping the area from about I-69 south past the state line. Now you get close to the Ohio state line, and that's where the rain is a bit heavier, but we will have pockets that develop, which we've been watching all morning long, that'll be heavier, mainly south of I-94. We saw those push through portions of Washtenaw County through Taylor, adding to that standing water that you just saw, and even here on the east side. So we're on either side of 60 to start the day. Let's talk temperatures, because I mean, we are significantly cooler than where we were yesterday, and that's that cooler air mass building in. However, that northeasterly flow of air also pumping in some wildfire smoke. So we have the cloud cover, the rain, and it's also going to be just hazy even after the rain subsides because of the smoke layer. So air quality concerns across all of the metro area, but we'll trend cooler in the afternoon as we dry things out, only topping out in the mid-70s. The air quality advisory across our area not set to lift until midnight. We'll walk you through when that smoke really starts to push out of here and how that weekend is shaping up if you do have outdoor plans, maybe a graduation party. We'll have all the details on that coming up.
All right, boy, you're short, aren't you?
Long time no see.
Yeah.
Oh,
what's wrong with you?
How's it going up
Did
there?
you shrink?
I did shrink a little bit, man. It's the point of my head is not
Stand up straight. I'll go back to my normal.
You want to see who's going to shrink? That's without the high heels.
Heels off. Look at that. I'll take my lifts off.
When people see me out and about and I don't have heels on, they're like, "You're so much shorter in person. I'm like, yeah, I don't have 4-inch heels.
At least they don't say you look so much better in person like I hear every time.
Better? Oh,
Oh man.
No, you're saying that they say you look better on TV than in person.
No. No,
that's what you said. Well,
that's not what I said.
No, you said
they say I look better in person than I do on TV. So in other words,
that's a good thing.
In other words, I'm ugly on TV.
Whatever. I was just letting you guys have a moment.
Thank you. We need
I threw some shade. I had to get out of there.
Yeah, exactly.
So here's a look at some rainfall totals from yesterday. Whew. Well, we broke another daily record at Detroit Metro Airport this week for daily rainfall. 1.8 inches fell yesterday, beating the previous record of 1.75 inches. Now, off in Livonia, we had 2.32 inches that was reported, so definitely higher amounts across portions of the metro area. But this was the record where we do all that record keeping weather-wise in Metro Detroit. Rainfall totals, though, were significant from about Romulus at Metro up towards Novi. So I would say Livonia, Plymouth, Northville took the brunt of this yesterday, stretching west towards Ypsilanti. And then Taylor this morning, we've been adding more to it, and that has led to some still flooding concerns on some of the local roadways off into Taylor. But these are radar indicated totals, and it's over the 24-hour span. So this is also adding today's rainfall to it, but upward of 3 to even 4 inches in that area I just described. So from Ypsilanti off towards the city of Wayne, and then about 3 inches as you work your way closer to Taylor. So speaking of Taylor, where we've had some of that flooding that we've seen live pictures on close to I-94 and Inkster Road. So for areas of E-course, all of that, we have the danger of that standing water. And so those low-lying areas are struggling to just see that water subside. And so 6 inches can sweep a person away. 12 inches can take away a car, SUV. And the problem is, even with daylight, it's hard to really know how deep that standing water is. So you just want to turn around if you see that puddle blanketing the roadway. Air quality will then become the next headline as we're taking that alert into today. Advisory not lifting until midnight tonight. And we have one of the worst air quality indices right now in the world. So right now we have, I would say, unhealthy for sensitive groups to very unhealthy across the state of Michigan. It all has to do with that Canadian wildfire smoke. It's more prominent along and north of I-94, but check out the air quality. That orange you see here, worse than moderate. And then you work your way up towards the UP, and that red gets us very close to hazardous pollutants to be taking in. Now, the good news is if you're traveling up north this weekend, by tomorrow, we're pushing that smoke down to the southwest. And so we will have some clear skies and better air quality to contend with. But today's forecast, well, will rise to about 74 for the afternoon high. That puts us nearly 10 degrees below average, but we're drying out into the afternoon. Rain will mainly be a morning event. And this is the coolest day of the week. Clouds and radar showing you how that rain does push out of here by, I would say, about 1-2 o'clock. You might get a lingering sprinkle or two close to the state line, but clouds break. Now, you'd think you'd get some sunshine later today. I think it's going to look more overcast because of the wildfire smoke. So you get filtered sunshine heading into the later part of the afternoon and evening. We rise upper 70s tomorrow. We're really around 80 degrees through the weekend. Sunshine to go with your Saturday and Sunday forecasting. A beautiful weekend, lower humidity. You can't beat it if you have, let's say, a graduation party outside, an outdoor wedding. Great conditions. And then we will be rising back in the mid 80s as we head into that first work week of August.